Okay, so we're back and it is 6:20. And this is Philly Hot Radio with two T's, and I'm Life Coach Tandy, your favorite level up coach on Truth Talk Radio. And today I have an awesome guest. I'm so excited today to have this person here. He is going to tell his awesome story of triumph, and it is Ambition the poet, the Fostercare poet. Ambition, come on in. Hey, you can have a seat. So you've been to Philly Hot Radio before, right?
Yes.
Just not with Truth Talk.
No, not with you. First time being with you.
Not with Life Coach Tandy, right?
That's correct.
So can you introduce yourself to my viewers?
My name is Ambition the poet. I'm a poet. I'm an author, a motivator, a teacher now of poetry. I have my own clothing line, so I do a lot. But basically, my message is really for foster children and those who have been in the system and those that need hope. And then I'm here to inspire and hope that my story and what I say through words can really help heal the heart of the listener.
So when we talked last week, and I told you the purpose of Truth Talk was to show our culture that overcoming is possible, right? Like, that's the whole purpose of my platform. That was the only reason why I wanted to do this, because I just keep meeting all these amazing people that have overcome and have these stories that are so amazing and are doing these awesome things, right? So when you told me your story, one of the things. Well, first of all, we follow each other on Instagram.
Yes, first, right? For a little bit. Yeah.
And so when I was scrolling through Instagram and I realized that your caption was the poet for Fostercare.
I do this for the foster kids, yeah.
So I said, okay, he has a story, because I work in the system. I work with kids in foster care. I've done mobile therapy with kids that are in foster care, and I've worked with kids that have been in placement. So I knew you had a story, and I knew that you were using poetry as a way to heal and a way to heal others without even talking to you, without even meeting you, right? And so I DM'd you, and I was like, okay, sir, I have to hear your story. So, let's talk. But I DM'd you and I said, would you mind being on the show? And you were like, are you kidding me? You're like Coach Tandy.
Right. I was already watching the brand. I was like, done. Like, I already see what you did. I've been following. Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it.
So I want to start with the beginning of your story. You told me that you went into foster care as a very young child. How old were you?
About two,
right? And so how long did you bounce around?
So I bounced around to about 8.
So between 2 and 8,
I'm all over.
Tell me about.
So in that time frame from childhood to 8, I'm basically bouncing around from foster homes, group homes. So many at that young age, to me, was more like a blur. But I do remember, that's why I was telling you that the paperwork was saying that I did bounce around a lot. But the last foster home I remember is in Nicetown, Philadelphia, North Philadelphia, on Small Grat Street. And I remember being there and really going through it there, not physically abused, but verbally, and going through it. And so when you in foster care, you're going through different homes. You're still trying to do the visitations. You're still I do remember being told that I am in foster care. I was very aware, as I was telling you before on the phone, very aware that I was in foster care, so I knew exactly what was going on even at that young age.
So between 2 and 8, were you allowed to see your mother?
So when you're in foster care, what they call reunification is still trying to happen, but at this time my mom is still on drugs at this time. So she's I guess at this time she's still trying to get me back, because even when I went to Jersey, you still have to go to court before the parents' rights is terminated.
Right.
And that's how I end up getting adopted. So yeah.
And so did you have siblings?
Yes, I do have siblings. I have 5.
Okay.
And they were all in foster care as well.
Okay. And so between 2 and 8, how many homes were you in?
I don't know.
You don't.
So
it's like it was just some things you just blocked out. You just blocked out.
Yeah. So like you'll go to some homes. Maybe like I was saying before, 2 days, depending. You may go to some houses for 2 months.
Right.
Some people are short term, some people are long term, and some people are looking forward to adopt. So you may find yourself in different homes. I mean, you really can't count. So yeah, that's. And at that young age, I'm so young. So, but I do know that it was multiple homes, and the next town was the last house.
Okay. What happened at that house?
So that house is, I think, from what I understand, is that was a long-term situation, but yeah, that it was time for me to go.
Okay.
And so now you're back in the system. So usually when you're in foster care, you're at a house for placement. And then when your time is up, either you find somewhere else to go, or group home, or depending on shelter, depending on what they have open for you. And so that's when the lady that's my foster mom, I call my mom today, took me in.
So from at 8, when you left Fishtown, you went to Nicetown. You went to this.
Yeah.
You went to this another foster care.
That's correct.
And so what happened at 8 when you went to this last foster home?
So this foster home, well, she's really from West Oak Lane. From there she moved literally to New Jersey.
Okay.
To South Jersey, Sicklerville, New Jersey. And so from there I end up going for me, from what I remember, it was from North Philly to South Jersey. I don't remember the West Oak Lane. My mom did tell me that we did live in West Oak Lane for a little bit before we moved to Jersey.
Okay. It was a short period of time. Into the home.
Yeah,
okay.
Because I don't remember. That probably is in the transition. So what happens is, sometimes they have you come to people's houses and you kind of stay and see if they like you, to get acclimated. So then after that, she moved to Jersey. And then there I am. I'm literally from North Philly, from what I remember, to South Jersey. Boom.
At 8 years old.
8 years old.
Okay.
Literally from poverty to middle class overnight.
So how was that? How did you take that in at 8? Like what was that like?
Every time I talk to you about it, I would just have to say scary. Scary. You're uncertain. And my mom would tell me that I was really timid. So, anything would scare me. For me, it really, you just don't know. Like, imagine, I take you through it. So imagine you going to someone's house you don't know, and you have to spend the night there. You're not going to sleep for the first week or something. You don't know. You don't know who these people are. And that's constantly happening. So for me to move from Philly to New Jersey, I don't know what this is. Like, to me, I'm confused on because I've never been in a neighborhood that looks like this. Right? So I'm coming from a city block, and now it's nothing but like grass, trees.
Right.
And it was an experience that I can't really explain in words, but just know that it was scary, that it was different, uncertain. And I'm basically lost because I don't know where I'm at. Like, it feels lost. Like, I feel like I'm in the middle of nowhere more so.
Really?
Yeah.
You felt lost?
Felt lost, yeah.
Wow.
But my mom is very soothing and very welcoming. But, at that time, I don't trust anybody. So, somebody's trying to tell you, like, hey, I'm okay. I'm safe. No, I don't know you.
Right.
And I'm very apprehensive with getting to know people at that time.
Right.
Even all the way up throughout high school. Yeah, it was just always really didn't know what you was trying to do because most of the times you're meeting strangers.
Right. So. And so even at the point where they take you and take you along and move into a better situation, you still didn't feel safe. I could understand feeling out of place because it's unfamiliar territory, but you still didn't feel safe with them.
Not in the beginning, no, because it's a mind thing.
Right.
So your environment could be amazing, but when you're a foster child, your mind is not saying and I'm 8 or 10, I'm not saying that this is a middle class neighborhood and it's grass and this is a safe area. What I'm saying in my mind is I still don't know these people, and what's that noise, and where's my room, and who do I have to sleep with, or I don't know him. He's a sibling. Like, do I gotta, like, where am I going to sleep at?
Did they have other children?
Yeah,
they did.
yeah.
Oh wow.
So I had a foster brother. I had 2 foster brothers. 3 foster brothers when I first came to Jersey. Yep.
Okay.
And so that was different too.
So were they adopted as well, or were they their biological children?
Only one.
Was there biological?
One was a foster child. 2 was biological.
Okay. So how was that?
They actually did a pretty good job.
Okay.
One thing I will say about my family, they never made me feel. Never. Like, I can't remember a time where I was like, oh, I feel like I'm a foster child and you treating them like you're. My mom never played that, still to this day. So,
that's good.
You know, I never had no issues with that. But it's weird because it is, all right, so it's 2 biologicals, 1 foster child. So, all right, so I know I can relate to the foster child, but the other 2, I don't know.
Right.
And they're older. And so you're trying to get to know them, but you're trying to get to know your 1 foster brother that knows what's going on, and then you have 2 parents. So you come into a home and you really don't know all the players and what do they mean, and if they're even going to accept you at the time.
Right. So okay, so fast forward just a little bit, right, and to where you get comfortable and you get to an age where you understand exactly where you are and what your role is in the family, and who you are, right? So tell me how do you, because I know a lot of children who are adopted or who are in foster care, like you said, even if they get blessed to be in a good home, loving people, they still have issues with feeling different, feeling like an outsider, feeling like they don't belong, and possibly feeling displaced still in here.
Correct.
Right. So tell me when you got to an age that you understood what was going on.
Okay.
And you may have felt that your parents loved you and your siblings loved you, but what is it like to still have that feeling?
So even though, so now the house is lovable, so I love the house. Okay, cool. But now I'm going outside. So at this time, this is, you're talking 90s, in the 90s. So we going outside having fun.
So around what age?
So this is 10.
Okay.
All right. So that's 95, 96. So I'm having fun, and I'm getting to know the environment now.
Okay.
So the house is safe. I'm going outside now. So this is where the displacement feelings come. So if the house is okay, you can still feel some type of way when I'm going outside. Now the kids know in the neighborhood that I'm a foster child. So now I don't feel lost in my house, but I'm still struggling with getting used to the environment. The environment is saying that you are a foster child. We know that's not your real mom, because my mom and my brothers, we don't look alike. And so that feeling is always there, because I know that I love my family and they're lovable, but they're still not my family.
Right.
No matter what a foster child can do, I mean, we love our families for those that have successful stories, but you still know that it's your family, but you know the situation.
Right.
That so mental scarring, like I was telling before, never goes away with the identity problem of a foster child.
Right. So that's what I was gonna say. So what can you remember at 10? What that felt like?
I would say anger. Anger. For me, it was anger. It was bad too. Because I was so, first of all, I was thinking, wait, so am I not good enough? Was one of the questions I had. And then when I found out of how, things all happen, that makes me even more angry. So I'm thinking, well, maybe my family gave up on me, right? So I'm 14 now, 15. I'm starting to come into a teenager. Why has nobody found me yet? Why? I mean, what's going on, right?
No, go ahead.
So for some foster children, they're going to feel sad. Some, I would definitely say boys, either will grip onto anger because sadness for men is sadness first, and then it turns into anger, right? Because for us to cry or for us to grab onto sadness, anger is a better energy source, right? And so I grab onto the anger, and I'm like, all right, so now I have to deal with the environment, deal with my own self-identity, and now why hasn't my family found me, or why am I lost, and why am I in this predicament in the first place?
Okay, so you said you became more angry once you found out more of the story of what happened. So can you share that?
Yeah, so basically there was an abandonment issue there. So basically I was left in an abandoned house by myself. And so the story is that that's how I was found.
In an abandoned home?
Yes.
Nothing was in the home?
No, the house was belonging to my mother, but she just was not there.
Okay.
Right? And so you're left you're left in the house by yourself.
Okay, so
right?
Your siblings weren't there? She left.
This is just me, because I'm the youngest.
Okay.
So I didn't go into foster care with the other siblings. They all went into foster cares at different times for similar reasons. So each one of us have horrifying, sometimes interesting stories of how each one of us went into foster care.
Okay. So when you were 2 and you were left in the home by yourself, right? So your siblings were already in foster care?
They're already in foster care.
Wow.
Right. So they already went into foster care with their own stories. They have their own reasons of how they got into their foster care situation.
And so do you know who found you in the home by yourself? No. Okay, so somebody found you in the home.
So once the cops and the whole system finds me, now I'm into foster care. Right? So I'm awarded. I end up asking my mom over and over again, how did this happen? Now I find out. I read the paperwork on myself, right? And so
and what
now
age is
this is like 15. 15, 16. Now I'm explosive now, because I'm like, I could have died. You're looking at somebody who literally could have died. And with all this, with respect to people and everything about drugs, that's fine. But for me at that time, for me to find out that I could have had died was unacceptable. And my mom, and going to church and really helping me with self-love saved me, because I was so angry about this situation on how that happened.
So at 15 you're already feeling you're already struggling with identity,
self-identity and location identity,
right?
Because I'm being teased because they're saying, oh, you're not from Philly, you're from Jersey. People are saying, no, you're from Philly, you're not from. So now it's location and self-identity.
Okay, so you're dealing with that, and then you hear your story, and so even with the dealing with the identity and things going on at school or outside of the home, that also made you angry as well, right? So
this is all coming, all weighing on my mind. I'm 15 though.
Wow. Yeah, so that's a time for when boys can can be a handful already, and just the average 15-year-old boy is dealing with identity crises and
trying to find himself anyway, right?
Yeah, trying to figure out what the heck is going on,
right? So now you trying to find yourself with all of that.
Right. You don't look like nobody in your home. You don't look like nobody outside your home.
The kids know that.
Right.
Because somebody in the neighborhood actually went to a church in Philly. They knew me from the church.
No way. No way.
Yep, they knew me from a church in Philly, and that's how the kids ended up finding out that I was in foster child. Yeah.
Wow. So what did your mom say about your identity crisis that you were having prior to, her just giving in and telling you,
how this all happened?
Right.
More so just love yourself regardless of what happened. And then she kept telling me that I was special, I didn't understand what she was talking about. I'm like, what did you talk about? How am I special? I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
But she was just real big on loving yourself and letting your anger go. Loving yourself, letting the anger go. Can't be angry. You can't be angry. You can't be, because it's starting to consume me. It was consuming me. Even my little raps that I was writing back then, it was hateful. It was destroying myself as well. You know what I mean? Because I had anger for somebody that I really don't know. I don't know what they look like. And so
remember what she looked like.
I don't.
Right.
I didn't meet my mom like I was telling you on the phone to 26.
Okay.
Yeah, we get there. Right. So you know, so remind you, we there and we having that issue with the identity, and my mom is telling me through church and with her own teachings, you know, love yourself.
So go back a little bit. What when you said that you were, it was consuming you, the anger was consuming you, like what was that like? Like I can imagine that it did more than consume you. Like it was overwhelming, and then it just, you know, how did it consume you?
So some foster children would tell you, like, you can become obsessed with your backstory. Like you are like you're thinking about it all the time. How could this happen to me? I'm angry. Who is who? Like I'm trying to figure out who's who, and why my aunt didn't take me, and why didn't this happen? And what if how do we know if they telling the truth? What all happened? Because I never heard nobody else's story, right? So you become obsessed with the story, and you become angry with yourself because you don't know nothing, but you know what you were told. You know that you are at a house that's people are not your blood relatives, but you can't really speak too much about you not being with your blood relatives because that can make your foster family feel awkward. So imagine, you know, you're not happy about your life situation, but you're living with people who are taking care of you, but you can't keep bringing up how angry you are about a situation when they're like, yo, we taking care of you, we love you here.
Right.
And so it's like a constant struggle. And
people telling you that, people saying to you, well, your life is good here, we love you here.
Right.
Let that go. It's not that easy.
Right.
You can say that, but it's not.
You don't
It's not that easy to do. It's basically what you're saying.
Right. No matter how good the life is.
Right.
No matter where I'm at, I still have to fight through this. Even though they know what foster care is, they're helping foster kids, but they don't really know
what it's like
to be me.
Right. That's true. That's true. So what did that feel like? And then I want you to tell me exactly what did your anger look like? Like how?
Anger was through stories. Anger was through written stories that were dangerous. It talked about hurting the people that were bullying me in the neighborhood. The anger was coming out through the way I talked. Even when I argued, it was different. You know what I mean? If I'm arguing with kids in the neighborhood, they don't know me, so I'm arguing about, you don't know me. I come from Philly. I'm a foster kid. Which one of y'all moms is on drugs like me? Who?
Right.
I want anybody to stand up and say their mom and they've been through me. Who said I'm not from Philly? Right. I've been through it all. Which one of y'all been through that? Y'all from Jersey. Y'all right? So it's pouring out of me. That anger is coming out of me when kids should probably be arguing about basketball. Your sneakers. Look how bummy you look. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm going to family issues because I'm way more mature in family problems than most of the kids I've even met at that time.
Right.
They don't know what I'm talking about. They're just like, all right, well, like these little, okay, like you're crazy. Like you went through a lot. I don't know what else to say to you. You know what I mean?
Right.
So and that looked bad because I had to go through therapy. So back then, when you were in foster care, I had therapy, and the therapist, would tell my mom that, he's struggling. He's definitely struggling with his anger, and issues,
So we're gonna take a break, but when we come back, I want to talk about some of the things that we talked about, how you displayed your anger at school, and some of the situations, some of the things that happened while you were in school.
Talk about school.
Yeah, so it's 6:45, and this is Philly Hot Radio with Lifecoach Tandy, your favorite level up coach, and I'm sitting here with my special guest, Ambition the Poet on Truth Talk Radio, and we'll be back in 5 minutes.
before you get out of here, let's play open bar. You ready?
Let's do it. I'm ready. Let's do it.
Open bar, 4 bars, 4 topics, okay?
All right.
First topic, open bar, 4 topics, 4 bars. Thots. Thots.
So I got to rap, right?
Yeah. 4 bars about thoughts.
Yeah. If you know me, you know that I'ma take shots. In the after party, rocking with all the thoughts.
Yeah.
Got
Yo, I'ma need everybody to listen up. If you don't learn nothing from this song, just keep this one thing in mind. Never give up on yourself. I can't stop now, I gotta keep moving. They got me floating on water, I gotta keep cruising. I'm not gonna change course or drown underwater. I'ma stay above my limits so I can cross the border. Most people think I'm the shit and say my time is now. Other ones think that I'm trash and trying to keep me down. No matter how much pain I had to keep aside, I'm still gonna survive, cause it's my time to shine. My plans for the future is living my dreams, maintaining my goals and staying down with the team. Still gonna hold it down no matter what happens. If I spot an opportunity, I'ma start snapping. All I need is some real faith and a lot of dedication. What brings determination is a lot of concentration. My rhymes will cut you up like a switchblade. I just saw the door to my dreams. I just gotta get my key made. Growing up a little stunner, I had dreams of being something that nobody thought I wasn't. People thought I was joking, others thought I was bluffing. I turned nothing to something right out of nothing. It's a struggle trying to be yourself while people put you down. Try and break your confidence, your self-esteem is to the ground. Before you had a couple friends, they gon' said they were your homies now. After all of that, they all turning into phonies. Now your question was, were they really jealous of me? What you think? Of course them niggas hated on me. What I discovered that hating wasn't the problem that I had, but with me willing to keep trying, I hope you understand that the cost of trying to be the best, you gotta pay the price. No matter what, never give up. That's the secret chord in life. My job is to tell all of y'all what time it is. Turn all your negatives into a positive, and remember this.
If you bumping
slowly coming to an end. All I could do was spread the word and give advice to many men. The hell with setting trends. I was born a trendsetter, known to murk out on the beat and end vendettas. If I was chopping, it wasn't a head of letters. I'm the guillotine of rap. All these rappers can get beheaded. I've been ahead of my time and still making progress. I only keep it a beam, so miss me with the nonsense. When you talking to job, say it with your chest. The last of a dying breed, it ain't too many left. I'm on my Raekwon-ish, the way I chef it up. I got my own trap, they still trying to ante up. 5 steps ahead of them, and I ain't looking back. Sleep is the cause of death, so I can't even take a nap. If you ain't talking about money, it don't pertain to me. If you ain't talking about money, it don't pertain to me. If you ain't talking about money, it don't pertain to me. Having these rappers ain't half of what they proclaim to be. If you ain't talking about money, it don't pertain to me. If you ain't talking about money, it don't pertain to me. If you ain't talking about money, it don't pertain to me. Having these rappers ain't half of what they proclaim to be.
Truth Talk Radio is sponsored by Get Book for the Look Hair Salon and Diamonds Cosmetics. If you're looking for flawless hair and flawless makeup, go get Book for the Look. You can find Diamonds luxury hair extensions and Diamonds Cosmetics at getbookforthelook.com. You can also follow Get Book for the Look on Instagram at Siren85. Truth Talk Radio is sponsored by Champagne's 21, the best bar and restaurant located in the heart of Germantown at 21 East Shelton Avenue. If you're looking to order some of the best food in Germantown, call 215-849-7366 for orders. That's Champagne's 21 Bar and Restaurant, the best bar and restaurant in Germantown. So we're back. This is Philly High Radio with 2 T's, and this is Lifecoach Tandy, your favorite level up coach on Truth Talk Radio, and I'm sitting here with Ambition the Poet.
Hey.
And so we were talking about your anger consuming you and your identity crisis at 15, right? So I remember when we talked, we had a conversation about some situations that was going on at school, you know, around that time. So can you share, you know, what was going on with you at that time in school?
All right, so growing up, my mom made sure that we didn't fight. We couldn't fight in our house, but you could argue. So that's all you could do. So, of course, I go to school and learn how to argue. And argue with every teacher. Like, I'm killing them, too, though. Like, I'm really good at it. Like, imagine all I'm doing from 8 to 15 is just arguing at the house. Oh, yeah, y'all can't fight. Y'all got to argue. So, I'm going to school. I'm taking the anger is coming through my arguing, though. I'm snapping. I'm going crazy. And at this time now, I'm starting to rap. But I'm not using my rap to get a buzz up or whatever. I'm rapping at people who made me mad. And so if you're that girl who said XYZ, I got a little rap going out. But, you know, at school, I went to something called Voki, and we had in the beginning, like, it was like a little lunch table, and they put the beat on, and I start rapping and have big crowds. Even back then, had a big crowd of people listening and be talking about teachers, students, whoever, cheerleader, whoever was what they wanted me to talk about. I did, and
whoever
was
did something to you,
did something to me, or you know. Somebody wanted the favor, put this person's name in your rap. Yeah.
Are you serious?
I was doing it, then you know, it was coming to a point where about the principals and all that, people didn't like them, but they didn't have the voice. They couldn't do anything. Say no more. I'm gonna put his name, in the rap, and it was going back.
Okay, wait a minute. So if say somebody got in trouble and they didn't like the principal, so when you go to the little area to rap, they would ask you to make a rap about the principal because they wasn't bold enough to say what you would say.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
different type of era. Like what we did in high school was
so you would go in on the principal,
and that's when yeah, it was getting back to the top now. Like,
Okay.
all right, now he's starting to make raps about us. Like, we gotta shut him down.
But
And so,
so how angry were the raps? Like, what?
I mean, I wasn't talking about like hurting them, but I was definitely talking about the way they looked, everything about them. So it was very angry. And I would get caught battling in the like bathrooms and stuff against people. That's how
Okay.
angry they were. I would get not suspended, but detention because the raps was like cursing filled. And mind you, I'm in high school and I'm getting busy in this little hallway and I'm cursing the person out basically and
Right.
rapping because I'm not that good or whatever. And the anger is coming through the raps though. It's coming through the school. And then in my neighborhood, the people will tell you that even the neighborhood, as I got older, the bullying is not as strong no more because I'm becoming a boy.
Right.
But now I'm starting to make raps about the people in the little neighborhood. But I'm talking about them in ways like no one else can articulate. So, yeah, it was just really, really, you know, getting out of control to the point where I couldn't really stop myself. I just wanted to tear anybody down with my voice.
With your
you know?
words.
Yeah.
So when did it get when did it get to your mother? What was going on?
Senior year.
Senior year.
Yeah. Because she didn't know what was going on. Like,
Even though like this was you were rapping about the principals and the teachers and
Yeah.
everybody in the
'Cause
neighborhood.
this is a build-up.
Did your siblings know?
nah.
Nobody knew.
No. My siblings didn't even know. Yeah, nah, I mean, maybe one, my brother Elliot, may have know that I kind of rapped a little bit, but they didn't understand really what I was doing. Because
Okay.
I was going to school just trying to get my name up. That was, you know, all I know is that the people are trying to play me in this school because the school was majority Camden, and I'm from Sicklerville, so to Camden, Sicklerville is like a soft
Right.
neighborhood, right? So it's
Right.
always city versus suburb. But I'm like, yo, I ain't from the Ville. You should see my adoption papers.
Right.
Like, this is how I talk, right? That's all I said. Anybody talking about me, see my adoption papers. I'm solidified. My life is crazy. So people are like, who talks like that? Me. Like, imagine in high school I'm saying
Wait,
that.
you would say that.
I'm
See
saying
my
that.
adoption papers because
I
you
got
got it
the
messed
adoption.
up. You got it confused. You got it
Ass.
confused.
Ass. So they like, what? So I'm rapping in there trying to let people know who I am. And I actually got, because I didn't play sports. I was literally very popular in my high school just because of that. So I was loving it. I'm like,
Right.
oh, my buzz is up. I'm
So
getting-
were you trying to identify with yourself through your rap as well?
Absolutely, because it helped solidify what I was going through for people that didn't know what was going on. So imagine they seeing something. They know I'm different. They know like he lives in Jersey, but he's not from here. We can just tell he's foreign, but we don't know why. And then when the raps came out, so I'm trying to find my identity through rap, and I'm trying to find who I am through, tearing people down,
Right.
because I have so much anger and I don't know how to express it but this way.
So what happened your senior year, and when you're like, how did your mom find out what was
They
going
called
on?
her and told her that if I rap again, I'll be expelled. Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
So I mean, like, were the principals and teachers around when this was going on, or it was just
Yeah.
such a buzz?
Because
that
when
everybody was talking
so
about
every
it?
time I rap, like, it's a big crowd, so the people thought that it was a fight going on.
Okay.
So they like break it up and and it's me rapping. It's no fight. But they can hear what I'm saying. They know what's
Okay.
going on, and teachers are talking to students.
Okay.
And it's known that like, he's coming at everybody, whoever, you know what I mean?
So what did your mom say?
She didn't really, she was up, she told me, stop. Because if you get expelled, then you definitely out my house. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So I was like, nah, I'm not trying to do that. But she really was like, you can't keep tearing people down with your voice. That's not why it's so powerful. That's not why it's so strong. You're supposed to be helping people.
Right.
Yet you out here talking this crazy stuff.
Right.
That's not how I raised you. So I'm like, that's natural. I'm going to school, acting, getting busy, but I'm at home. We talk with people with respect.
A whole different person.
A whole different person, because at home I'm reserved. I'm not going to show, the beast in my mom's house. No, I'm cool.
Right.
But outside, there's too many people talking. There's too many people doubting who I am because of somehow of where I live at. They think that my location is determining my gifts or my, what I've been through. I can't have that. So, and then that's how that all came to an end.
So how did you feel when your mom told you that you're supposed to be using your words to help people and not tear people down at that age? I know at some point, obviously you figured that out, but at that age, a senior in high school, how did you feel about that, and how did you receive those words?
I received it, but I'm like, Mom, you don't understand, because it's so many different parts of what I'm going through that she don't understand. She think it's light, because as an adult, who cares if somebody's telling you where you from? That doesn't mean anything.
Right.
Nah, not to me at this time, right?
Right.
And so it's a constant trying to show people I have a gift and I'm gonna use it, but I'm weaponizing it. So, but I received it, and I did, a lot of what she said I did take into what she was saying, but I was so full of, ritual, just anger still. Okay, you can say whatever you want to say, but you don't really know what I'm feeling. And you're a good teacher. You're my mom, and I appreciate you, but you don't really know.
So you stopped because you didn't want to get in trouble. So so then what did you do to express yourself? And
still writing.
Really? Okay.
Still writing.
So you just kept writing?
Yeah. Still writing. Just rapping, writing, but then I go dormant for, a lot of time, because now I'm just starting to work and just become a man. I'm just working and going to college and trying to find myself outside of the art, because my mom is telling me, it's time for you to let it go, move on, and so the main thing I learned from all of that was just my voice and my anger and all that combined is not necessary to be together. I had to let it go, because now I can't be 20 something and still acting like I'm 8, right? I'm still angry about that 8. And so it took me a while to finally forgive all of what was going on. And she was like, you don't have forgiveness. That's what it is. You don't forgive. You know what I mean? And that was one of the big things. You had to have forgiveness for people.
Right.
And if you don't, it's going to haunt you for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? And that was like, I don't want nothing to haunt me for the rest of my life.
Right.
Nah, I don't want that.
So what? Okay, so you graduate high school.
Now I graduate high school, so I go to work. I don't rap no more. Like, it's done. The rapping thing is done. Then somebody at my job ends up going to a spoken word event, and something said that you're going to do that. Now, mind you, I'm a rapper, and it wasn't good rap. It was hate-filled rap. How am I going to do poetry? Like I was telling you. And then I couldn't sleep.
After going to one
poetry event, South Philly, on South Street. Can't stop. I can't go to sleep without writing a poem. First poems, a couple poems are trash. They're not good. And my nephew says to me, like I was telling you, you know what you have to do. And I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that. He says, you have to write about your life. You're running from your life. And once I started really, the first poem, Revenge of the Foster Kid, it took my poetry to a whole nother level, because now I'm tapping into something I believe in. But it was true. I was running from my life. From that time I started rapping, from high school till I started doing poetry, that long gap, I'm not even talking about foster care. I'm living amongst people at work, jobs, dating. I'm not telling nobody. I'm basically not even talking about foster care, because I don't want people to judge me on it. I'm past that.
As an adult,
I'm past that. I'm not worried about none of that. I'm good.
So you go from being obsessed with it to
trying to hide it.
Wow.
Conceal it. Because I'm at work. I'm among professionals now. oh yeah, you know, I'm good. Yeah, I grew up in Sicklerville. I'm not even mentioning Philly no more.
Now you claiming it. Now you claiming
yeah,
the Ville.
Right, now I'm claiming the Ville. I'm bougie now. You know what I
you
mean?
claiming
I'm
the
getting
Ville,
money.
okay.
Like, what? You live where? I'm not. Now I'm trying to get away from even talking about my past.
Okay. So why? What was that like?
Because I knew that it was so hurtful to me. Now I'm like, you know what? I'm an adult now. Let's act like these people don't know nothing anyway. Let's just act like professional, you know, and I'm among people that are educated now and they talking different. I'm talking different. You know what? I'm surrounding myself with better people. We don't need to talk about that.
So do you also think that maybe at that point you were trying to conceal the pain as well? Just
Trying to conceal.
Because it's different being a child going to school and dealing with other children than being a man going out into the world having to function as a black man, go to work, pay bills. And so to bring that into
Back
that
up. It's like,
into that
why-
part of your life when you have to figure out how to be a black man in the world. Right?
I'm good. I'm trying to I'm trying to become successful. I don't want to talk about the darkness of me anymore. That's done. You know what I mean? I'm somebody else now. So trying to conceal, like you said, and because it's a hurtful place, so I ain't want to go there. And so my nephew was telling me, yo, you got to go back there. And
Once you decided to do poetry.
I'm like, all right, so if I do this poetry thing, this is guy saying, yo, I told you, you're going to do what I asked you to do. You was trying to use what you went through for negativity in the first part of your life. I'm telling you that you went through what you went through because you have to deliver a message. And you thought you was going to get around it. It's not happening.
No.
And so now I had that gap. Boom. Now I have to talk about it.
So, Revenge of the Foster Child. What went through your mind when you were writing it? Because this is the first time that you're sitting down, writing down your life and pain that you didn't talk about for some years, right?
Even that question scares me. Your question
and I know it does because it's something about writing things down, period. Writing things down. I mean, I use this when I'm life coaching people. Write it down. When you write it, it comes to life. So you're writing something and you're bringing it back to life. It's basically what you're doing.
Correct.
Right?
Because now when the pen hits the pad for any truth telling, you have to you technically got to relive it.
Yes.
So
and refill everything. Yeah.
So scary again. Cause I'm like, yo. So the first bar is, I am not a crackhead. I am the son of a crackhead. How do I find the person that sold to my mom so I could come crack his head? And I'm thinking like,
wait, repeat that.
So the first bar is,
somebody they need to hear that. Repeat that again.
The first bar of Revenge of the Foster Kid is, I am not a crackhead, but I am the son of a crackhead. How do I find the person that sold to my mom so I could come crack his head?
Wow.
Right. So, but when I'm writing this joint, mind you, I wrote it, and I'm like, do I want to tell people straight up, that? First of all, because when I first did this poem, when I was like, I am not a crackhead, people be laughing like, what is he talking about? Yeah, you not what's wrong with the boy? He's not a crackhead. But then I say, I am the son of a crackhead. And then now people like, oh, snap, where is this going? But when I wrote it, I'm like, Lord, do I tell these people my mom is a crackhead? Do I tell the people that I'm the son of one? Now, do I tell them now how angry I am because I want to hurt the person that's selling this poem is about selling to my mom? Me at the time when I'm writing these stories about how angry I was and I wanted to find the person that's selling to my mom. Right. I have no love and I have hate for drug dealers because of, oh, you know what? I'm trying to find the blame. Somebody is responsible for this pain, and it's an unpaid invoice is what I tell people. Somebody got to pay for this.
Wow, but so, it's unpaid.
It's unpaid.
We're never going to be paid.
Never going to be paid.
Wow.
So I'm like, and I'm writing that poem, and I'm telling you, to finish that poem, scary, and I had to relive it the first couple times I perform it. I'm in my mind getting riled up. Even when you see me perform it, when y'all people say, "Yo, we can see that you going through it." That's why I don't do the poem too much,
Right.
Because I
Right.
tell people, even the art, you'll see some artists. I'm telling you, this is a gem, right? Artists to stay away from feeding off that negative energy, even when you're talking about your life and what it used to be. Because when you singing a song, you playing it to yourself.
Right.
And so when I do the poem, people can actually see my body language tensing up.
Right.
Because I have to technically go through those bars and try to detach myself as an artist, but it's my life.
Right.
And so yeah, it was hard to really write that poem and then try to tell my mom and my brother, my foster brother, and my real brother, because I'm connected with them now, I'm about to come out with this type of poem.
Okay, wait. So writing it, like I said, is one thing, right? Because when you write anything, you're bringing it to life, and you're feeling the emotions when you're writing it. So then, while you're writing it, you realize that you're gonna stand up in front of people and be transparent and tell your story, right? So does it come across in your mind how then you're going to have to deal with those emotions as well?
Yeah, because now you're writing it. I teach the poets. I'm like, yo, now you have to write your story. Even when authors are talking to me and artists, you got to write your story. And I don't know if everybody's going to take your story well, right? Because now you got to tell people that you've been raped or you've been molested. So me up there, I'm telling people I'm a son of a crackhead. I want to find the person, that sold to my mom. I'm telling them that, all this stuff about my life, and I got to write it. And then I gotta perform it, and people are looking at me.
What is in your before standing on stage, before you're going to the stage, right? You write it, you're done, and then what is going through your mind when you're saying to yourself, "I have to go
and perform this"?
Yeah.
So when you after you write something, now you're thinking about the judgment. You judging yourself, number one, because you're like, oh, if I say this, they gonna say that. Why he trying to exploit his past? The question came from a family member. You know what I mean? You trying to use your past to get money, or you trying to exploit? Now, your family could question what you're talking about, right? These are the thoughts. Now, my family might say that I'm talking about them bad on purpose. My foster mom, which is true, she ain't a fan of this, because she told me, I want you to use your voice to uplift. Why are you talking about the past? Because the foster family said, let's move past it. My best friend moved past it. But I can't. I got to write the truth. So you are on multiple fronts of trying to explain yourself to all these different views, family, friends, dating.
right,
The girls I'm dating, they don't know what's going on.
right,
Oh, I want to come to your poetry show. So now, imagine you on a date, and the boy you brought, you have no idea, and you got the legs crossed, and he go up there. This is Revenge of the Foe, huh? What's going? So now I got the dating thing, right? So you got all these different viewpoints of how are you going to explain to each individual person in your life from the different vantage points that they are, that you're a foster kid and you thought it was a good idea to do a poem like that, because that's history.
right.
The hardest thing that an artist and as a person can do is to put a raw story out
Like that.
and then be like,
I had to do it.
however it come,
Right.
and it came.
But what were the emotions like? What was going on in you?
Anger coming back again that I said I wanted to get rid of, because now I'm writing it and I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm 30, I'm this age, and you know what? My life is it's good, but I still have to write about what didn't happen right. I'm frustrated because I gotta write this. Why my life can't be like somebody else, which I think, right? Nobody's life is perfect once you get to know them.
Right.
But why my life is not like something I think in my mind. This is Revenge of the Foster Kid. Why do I have so much revenge? Like, do I want to tell the people that I'm angry, or do I want to come off like I'm above the people? I can't be a fraud. So I'm writing stuff about, my mom, he's the slave. My mom is a slave, and rehab is Harriet Tubman trying to help all the slaves loose. I'm writing stuff that I know that is not looking good upon me. I don't want to tell people that, in the one line I say that my adoption papers said that I was eating the crayons. I gotta sit up here and tell people that I'm eating crayons.
Right.
Right? But then I gotta try to go to dinner and impress them with articulate. I'm a poet. I'm someone of stature.
Right.
And then I gotta tell them, I'm the dude from Nicetown who basically was found eating crayons.
Wow.
And you gotta write that on paper. So I know that this happened. I'm scared to tell people, but I know it's the truth. And I gotta put this out.
So go to the first time performing it.
Messed up.
What?
Like, first of all, like, I don't remember my lines, and I'm nervous because it's my life, and I'm like, And at time in Philly, nobody's talking about foster care. Poetry world is talking about black love, black power, erotic, freaky stuff, and I'm about to go up there and say, this is Revenge of the Foster Kid.
Right.
I don't even fit here. Like, how am I even going to do a poem in the west side of Philly talking about Revenge of the Foster Kid? They talking about black love. I don't fit here. I get up there, it don't go well.
No?
Nah.
What happened?
It does. I forget my piece. I walk off. I'm like, I messed up. I don't remember it. I couldn't get it. I can't remember it because I'm so jittery about performing my life. Can't get it done.
So you don't.
I mess up. I'm in bad shape. Like, how am I going to do poetry? I can't even remember my poem.
Right.
Then nobody is talking about what I'm talking about.
Right. So
now I'm going back to rejection.
Right. Feeling
now I'm out of place again.
Yeah. Wow.
Now I'm out of place again. And the people there, they ain't feeling me like I'm glad you messed up, bro, because I wasn't really trying to hear no foster care poem.
Right.
This is a black poem, black love, black. They not talking about foster care there.
Right.
So it was bad. I go back again.
Wait, you went back to the same place?
Same spot again. I don't stop. Go back again. Second time is still not right.
No? Wait, so how did you get the courage up to go back? Like what?
Well, tenacity is not a problem with me.
Okay. Can't be.
Yeah. So this is, I decided like you did. This poem is going down. There's no way I get away from this.
I guess because you say to yourself, I went through the pain of writing it, so we gonna keep going. We're not going back.
I gotta get better. There's no way around it.
Right.
Tenacity. Get back, go again.
Right.
Doesn't go well. This third time. So now I'm going to like a different venue. I try it. It's not going well. So it's about 4 or 5 times. 6 times, 6, 7 times. It's right, but it's still not right. But I'm getting better with learning how to get my timing down. This ain't the venue to do Revenge of the Foster Kid, so I gotta write something different. But I had to keep going back because now I'm already wrote the poem,
right?
And I know in my mind I got a purpose, and I'm glad I did it because 3 years ago, if you would have told me where I'm at now, sitting here with you, I would have been like, "Oh, B, we gotta do it." Like, there's no way you get out of this now because I have so much that happened since then. So yeah,
since you did it, got it out, and did it right,
it took off though.
Really?
Now people are asking, "You want to speak here?" I know some foster kids that would love to hear your story.
Right.
Now that is right. Now that is doing this thing.
So what do you think happened on that? What, the 8th time? Like what?
Tenacity. Practice. And once you get to the point where you say, it don't even matter at this point. I done messed up so many times. I don't care.
Right.
The people ain't feeling this poem anyway.
Right.
I'm not talking about black love or whatever. It don't matter.
Right.
B, you got to do what you got to do, because one day you're going to be in front of X amount of kids and students, and you're going to have to do this poem. These people will not be there. So it don't matter anyway.
Right.
You are designed for, I love what Hope says. It says, Hope, don't worry about anything. You design yourself. Basically, it's for you. Nobody has done what I'm doing in this way anyway.
And so like, this is one of the things that I talk about all the time, especially like on my page. Like, failure is supposed to happen.
Right.
That's your stepping stone.
Correct.
Like every time you failed, when you were trying to give the poem,
Yeah.
that was God teaching you what to do the next time and the next time and the next time.
Keep going
and the
back.
next time and the next time to get it right. Right. You don't get it right until you fail. Right.
You don't get it right until a certain amount of times too.
Right.
Like business too. Like, I keep asking people to buy my shirt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I gotta sell on the 7th.
Right.
You have to go through a certain amount of. It's a numbers game.
Right.
It's all about this, like a number trying game.
Right.
Once you understand that, then all right.
Right. That you understand.
Yeah. Because I'm gonna go to
first
7.
person you walk up to is not gonna want to buy your shirt.
I'm gonna go to 7 poetry venues.
Right.
All right. They ain't feeling it. The 8th point venue.
Right.
They clapping. I did the same poem in Philly for a certain amount of time. People, I go to New York, I do it at the Norrica. They standing up like, oh my God, standing ovation.
What?
So messages are designed for certain people in that room, certain areas at that time. Everything is a particular design reason.
Right.
So just because you don't get the room does not mean you didn't reach some people in there that needed it.
Right.
So I was.
Or
letting that impact me.
just because you didn't get the room doesn't mean that your message it's not your message.
Right.
Like it's still, you were still supposed to, you were still designed to give that message.
Correct.
Even though you weren't giving it to the right group of people. Right.
And what you perceive, because some people have a face that looks like this.
Right.
And they love your poem.
Right. They
you
just
really don't know what their mind is saying.
Right.
You just looking at behavior like, do they like it or not? And you don't really know.
Right.
And so those things, learning that is necessary.
So before we go on break, tell me what it felt like on the 8th time when you went to New York and you got it right. Like what?
I did it in Philly. I got it right in Philly first. Go to New York and the standing ovation. I was like, I was taken back by people standing up clapping. Like, what are y'all doing? Whoa. Like, I didn't know that it was that powerful.
Right.
And my sister in Harlem said, it's that powerful.
Wow.
Now you know. You're not from here. They don't know you. You don't have nothing to say. You can't say, oh, because they know you from the, nah.
Right.
And so that's when I knew, all right, this is for real. This is for real. I know that this is what I'm supposed to do in some form or fashion. And I got to go forward regardless of however this plays out. But I got to do what I need to do in this particular time frame at this time.
So was it at that point, right? When you're in New York, you get the standing ovation and everybody's, going all crazy. Was it at that point that you realized that everything that you went through was for your purpose today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like finally knowing, like, yo, like, this is what I went through at 2 is literally what's helping me at 32.
Wow.
Right? Like, the life is like, what's happening now is for later. You can't see it, but it's for later.
Definitely.
Without foster care and what I went through, there's no way I'm sitting here.
Right.
Why would you be hitting me up like?
I say the exact same thing about what I've been through. Yeah.
Like, it's automatic.
Right. So we're gonna talk a little bit more about that when we come back from break. So it's 7:24. Wow. 7:24. We're gonna take about 5 minutes, and this is Philly High Radio with Life Coach Tandy, your favorite level up coach. And I'm sitting here with Ambition the Poet, and he's telling his story about being in foster care and becoming a poet. And we will be back in 5 minutes.
so glad I'm living my life in this place. Ooh, I never knew my heart would feel again. You see, I was so hurt, never knew the pain would let me stand. Never thought the tears would go away, Lord. Never thought my tears would go away. Until I found you, Jesus. I never thought I'd be right here in this place. Oh, I'm so glad. Yes, I am. I'm living my life. Oh, Lord. There's a place in God where we can all be free. A place where God can get the best out of me. There's a secret place in God where He covers me. Oh, I am so glad. Yes, I am. I'm living my life. Yes, I'm so glad. I'm living my life in this place. Been a lot of places, seen a lot of faces, but I've never been in this place. Time and time again, I never thought I'd win. Oh, Lord, been a lot of places, seen a lot of people. Oh, Lord, been in this place. Time and time again, never thought I'd win. I've been around the world, seen a lot of people, but I never thought I'd be here. I am amazed that I'm in this place. I never thought I would be here. In the arms of Jesus, it's a good place to be in, y'all. Yes, it is. Time and time again, I never thought I would win. I'm happy to be in this place. To God be the glory for all He has done. I'm so glad to be in this place. My joy is right here. Yes, it is. My peace is right here. Oh, I'm living the best of my life in this place. Yes, I am. It's a good place to be in, y'all. I am so glad I'm living a blessed life, y'all, in this place. Yes, I want the world to know. Yes, I'm glad I'm living my life in this place.
Truth Talk Radio is sponsored by Get Booked for the Look Hair Salon and Diamonds Cosmetics. If you're looking for flawless hair and flawless makeup, go get booked for the look. You can find Diamonds luxury hair extensions and Diamonds Cosmetics at getbookedforthelook.com. You can also follow Get Booked for the Look on Instagram at Siren85. Truth Talk Radio is sponsored by Champagne's 21, the best bar and restaurant located in the heart of Germantown at 21 East Shelton Avenue. If you're looking to order some of the best food in Germantown, Call 215-849-7366 for orders. That's Champagne's 21 Bar and Restaurant, the best bar and restaurant in Germantown. Hey everybody, we're back. This is Philly Hot Radio with 2 T's, and this is Life Coach Tandy, your favorite level up coach on Truth Talk Radio, and I'm sitting here with Ambition the Poet.
Do my dance again. Hey.
So before we went on break, we were talking about the revenge of a foster child and how you felt when you finally got it right and knowing your purpose. Like I always talk about knowing what the point when you realize that everything that you went through in life is your purpose. Your story is your power. Your story is the reason why you were put on earth, right? Yeah. And so what did that really quick, because it's a couple of things I want to hit on, and I definitely want, before we leave, everybody to know what's going on with you right now. But because overcoming is so important to me.
For so many people too.
Right. But again, this is the whole purpose of me having this platform. Like what did it feel like at that moment to know that, oh my God, like this is my purpose. This is why I went through all of these things. For this moment right here, and from this point on, for people to hear my story and for it to help other people. What did that feel like?
Amazing. A rush feeling, like I can't believe this. Like the poem did this and it's getting this. This is what I'm built for. My nephew is right. My life is right. My life is right. This is not by accident.
Right.
No disrespect to anybody who messed up in my life, but you or that situation was all designed to create me. Right. It's not to be looked down upon. Thank you for the creation now. God, thank you for the creation of where I'm at today, because if not, I wouldn't be able to handle rejection in poetry, because I went through that already, right?
Yeah, rejection means nothing to you.
It means nothing now.
Right.
And like you said, now I know I don't have to run from poetry. I don't have to run from foster care no more.
Right.
It's my power now. Now I'm empowered. Like, oh, we doing this now. Now we're going to do shows. We're going to do multiple poems on foster care. I'm not going to run from it no more.
Right.
This is what I am. This is what I stand in. This is my power.
Right.
The power is in the struggle. It's the creation process. So
definitely.
Boom, I'm good now. Now multiple poems in foster care. Now we're going to do foster care panels that I did. And so I would never have known that had I kept running from what I am.
Right. And so now people are reaching out to you to talk to kids that are in foster care, to be on panels in regards to the system. And people are just reaching out to you to share your struggle to help someone else, right? Okay, so before we go, this part of the story cannot we can't leave here tonight without, we skip the part of while from high school to getting the poetry right, but in between that time you met your family, right? So at how old were you?
26.
26. And so how did that transform?
So Facebook, my sister, I through Facebook, my sister found my brother Joe. He set it up. He set up a reunion. So I literally found my family through Facebook. He set up a reunion. We all go and meet. But the day before we meet, he wanted me to come meet my mom. I'm 26, and I have not seen my mom in my life. To me, my mom, since I don't remember. So this is from whatever to 26.
You did not remember what she
I do not remember what she looks like. Got pictures, but So I get there
to where your mom is.
And
but wait, how did you feel when your brother said, "Let's go"?
To be honest, I'm very angry. I'm still angry, right? So I'm thinking, when I get there, I'm going to say, how dare you left me in that house by myself? I'm thinking, how dare you say certain things and leave me there? How come ain't nobody find me? How come blah, blah, blah? I got like a whole list of what I'm going to say to this lady,
Right.
to my mom. Because I'm ready. I'm mad.
You have questions.
I got
You're
questions.
angry.
I got this. When I get there, I'm going to get busy.
Right. You going in.
I'm going in.
Uh-huh.
I get there, and it's dark, and they bring her out. And
Wait, where was she?
a facility. So
Okay.
it's like this little transitional home.
Okay.
She's still on drugs. She's still not well. So I'm thinking,
was it a recovery home
I
or
think it's
was
like a
it
recovery home.
Okay.
Yep. So she comes out the recovery transitional type home thing, and I see her, and this is not what I thought. This is not someone who is well. This is not someone who can argue. So I'm like, I came all the way up here. I've been waiting all these years of my life to say what I gotta say to this person. And she can't really put a sentence together at this time.
She couldn't put a sentence together?
No, not at this particular time, no.
Wow.
So for me to try to
Yeah, it wouldn't have went nowhere.
Right.
Yeah.
and they wanted me, they seen her and they
So did your siblings have a relationship with her?
yes.
Okay.
Well, my brother does, Joe.
Okay.
Some of them have their own relationships. I don't know.
But at
it's
the
all
time,
separate.
at the time, they had kept in contact with her.
Some of them have, some of them haven't.
At that time, when
At
they
that
took you.
time.
Okay.
And still to this day.
Okay.
They have some of them are broken relationships. Some do check on her. Other than that, no.
So the brother who wanted you to go.
He has a relationship.
Okay,
with
so he
Joe.
wanted you to go, and then so
He brings her out, and I'm like frozen. I'm scared, nervous, angry, but I'm lost because I'm like, this is the person that's my mom. But this is not the way I thought that this interaction was going to go down. So we meet. They want me to hug her, but I don't want to really hug her because she's not, in a good state of mind, kind of, right? And so,
and then you didn't
she
feel no
really know-
connection.
no connection. And then
Right.
they ask her, he asked her, who she is and who am I? And she doesn't know.
She didn't know who you was.
Now, because it's been so long, you know what I mean? But,
So how did you feel about that when she said she didn't know who you were?
I mean, it was kind of like, that's, like, kind of like, dang, you don't even know who I am.
Right.
And I don't know who you are.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so, but I knew that this day had to happen because the forgiveness was still being kind of
Wrestled with.
When I met her, and then after that, still being angry and going home. So after I meet her, that she doesn't really know who I am, who I thought she would look like. That's not what I thought she would look like. The whole thing of what I was going to say, my points, my PowerPoint done. I go home in the car, I'm crying. Like, man, I can't believe this. Like, everything I wanted to say, I can't say it. Why am I so angry to a person that can't even argue?
So you felt bad because you went there with the intent
Bad intentions.
to go in on a person that has gone in on herself.
It's over.
Yeah.
It's done. Like, and God is like, look at you. You was gonna go in?
Right.
It's over.
Right.
And so the next day we had another encounter with everybody, but of
With your
course,
siblings.
Yeah, of course, I don't do well there. I get into my bag and I start crying again. Like it's emotional for me. And but I learned something. Like I have to forgive now because I met the person. I didn't get everything that I needed, but you know what? At this time, doesn't matter. Met the person, and the way that the family is set up now, I'm good. Like my family, we have our issues, but we together, we talk, and you realize why you're not where you were supposed to be with your biological family. Some people have to understand that if I would have stayed
Where you would be.
where I would be, And I thank God, and I told my mom, my foster care mom, like, Mom, like, look, I'm glad, like, everything happened for a reason.
Right, because you met them, you see where they were at.
I
seen how they interact, how they deal with life, and
they not
all
happy
of the above.
with the way things are going with me now. It's not the most loving relationship between, because you got generational angst and tension. And so, you know what, Lord, I'm glad that I'm here. I'm thankful because I can call my brother up that I grew up with. Like it's nothing. I can call my mom. You know, everything is meant for a reason. I'm like, God,
thank you.
You got me.
Thank you for taking me out that situation.
Because if not, I don't know where I'd be at. You're looking at a whole different person. Right. You're looking at somebody angry, selling drugs, being very violent. You're looking at a whole different person.
Right. So what happened with your relationship with your siblings at that time?
It's not the best, because now we're strangers. Now, mind you, now you're trying to meet people at 26 and 30, 40, and you trying to make it some happy. No. They got their views, they got their opinions on what happened. I got views and opinions on what happened to me. But I'm the lost youngest. So, of course, I got the most to say because I'm the youngest. And the relationships, the tension is not there. It's no love. It's hard because we technically strangers trying to get to know each other again.
And then it's a broken situation.
It's already broken.
Right. And so if people aren't addressing their own brokenness, then you can't then come together and love each other because you haven't addressed what's going on.
Correct.
In here. So then did y'all keep communication? Did y'all keep communicating after that?
I talked to my brother Joe. And that's
after y'all met when y'all was 26.
I talked to my brother Joe, and that's it. And that's one of the things I try to tell other foster kids. The story might not end on some happy movie genre. Right. This ain't end well. This is not a happy ending. For me, it is. Because I'm thankful. Right. Right. I'm praising God. God, thank you for where I'm at today. Right. For them, I don't know. Right. You know, but I love my brother Joe. I love all of them. You know what I mean? But we're not talking. We're not speaking. But you know what? If they want to talk and we want to get together, I'm open. Because I don't have the time to, hate and not forgive, because it had nothing to do with them. It's really my mom. Right. My siblings there's no issue for us not to be talking like what it would be with me and my mom. And so when you're trying to reunify a family, people have their own views and they have their own struggles. And I learned to learn that. But you still
and accept it.
Yeah, you still have to go on with your life.
So were they mad about revenge of the foster child? They was mad about it.
Yeah, because some feel like you're exploiting the family. You are talking down. But I always tell people, with any family member or person who wants to judge from the outside looking in, you have no idea what it's like to be me. But
even one of them.
Yeah, if you want to read,
just as well, you don't know what it's like to be one of them.
But if you want to read some papers, you want to do some interviews.
Here you go again. Pull out
the adoption papers. Hey, yo, listen. Life is the way you tell it, for what you went through. Don't let no one deter you from telling your truth. And I'm at peace with it. I'm not trying to exploit anybody, because that's just not who I am. And my mom wouldn't even allow it. She'd be like, Brian, we're not doing that. Right. We ain't selling this to be on TV, and trying to get the bucks out of it. Like, no. Right. When you see me on TV, you see me in the interview, it will be the truth, and it will be from how I felt and how I see it. Right. But at the end of the day, I was made better from it, and I'm happy that the things happened the way they did, because I wouldn't be who I am right now. It's, it was necessary
Right.
for the creation process.
So does the brother that you do talk to, right? Does he understand that that it was your truth and this is how you healed from the pain?
Yeah,
Like
I
that
think
was your healing
he
process?
understands. Yeah, he
does?
understands. I
Okay.
think, and some other private family members understand. What it is that I'm doing. Not everybody is. But one thing I will say, no matter what you do in your life, is that some family members will love it and some will hate. They won't like it. They won't feel it. But
And so you and I had this conversation, and I said, a lot of the times when people don't know how to express their real, true emotion, then it comes out as anger or hate, like they're mad, and then they're saying that you're trying to exploit. They've been through foster care, so they know that there's no exploiting foster care. Your pain and your everything that you went through is not only your truth, but it's the truth of any other child that was in foster care, right? So I told you that I feel like it may have been they may have been more envious because they did not figure out a way to heal themselves. Like you use that to heal, and so they're looking at you saying, wow, like he figured out a way to get through this.
Right.
He figured out a way to use this to heal, and they weren't able to do that. So that could be that anger.
It could be. And like
misplacing the anger.
Right. And now
they're trying to make it about you when it's really about
it's not.
them.
Yeah, because there's no reason why. You know what I mean? But like you said, hey, if you want to hate or you don't like what I'm doing, I understand. There's so many more people that don't like what I'm doing.
Right.
You could join that crowd or whatever.
Right.
But here we winning.
Right.
We amongst the winners, and we're going to be of a winning mindset. We're going to be around the people who positive, who use their stories to overcome, like you said, the platform is for, and we overcoming. And now it's time to go back and tell the other foster kids, yo, I know you struggling with self-identity, it's location identity, let's go. I'm not letting you be a failure. I'm not letting you tell you yourself your standards can be low because you come from here. Nah. This is what I did. This is what we're going to do. Let's go. But my mom and my family, hey, yo, I understand that, but it's your time.
Right.
It's your platform. It's your movie. You in control. And that's all I...
But one of the reasons why I feel like what you're doing is so freaking awesome is because it is so important for us to have somebody to identify with. When you're going through something, when you have trauma and you have things going on in your life, you feel as though, I don't care if you're 8 or 48, you feel as though you're the only person in the world going through that. Right. Nobody else is going through what you're going through. You feel so alone, and you feel like this has only happened to you.
Right. And so, that's why I told my mom, we had a conversation about foster care history, right? She's talking about Jamie Foxx, Anita Baker, Nelson Mandela, so many different foster kids that are celebrities that we don't even know. Right. And so that's one of the things I wish I was taught was the foster care history of all the stars, the Babe Ruths and the different, it's just, there's so many people that we should look up to, even cartoons, right? Like Ninja Turtles. You thinking about Baby Yoda. I was thinking about Baby Yoda. Like these different stories that we look at through TV are showing us that there's foster kids that was always throughout our history, growing up as kids that I didn't even know
that's what makes what you're doing so amazing is that like those people didn't stand up and say, I want to go back and show an 8-year-old that you can, you know what I'm saying, that you can make it. So that's what you're doing is so amazing, that you can identify with what an 8-year-old is going through right now, and you're actually going to that 8-year-old and saying, I know what you're feeling right now. And they know and they feel that you do that. You know what I'm saying? So they have.
And I'm not just saying just me. I'm like, yo, you don't believe me? Well, cartoons. Look at this cartoon that you're looking at. Right. This celebrity, this athlete. It's among us, but nobody really articulated it that way before.
And so that's my thing, for it to be said to them, for them to actually have somebody that they can touch, that they can see, that they can pick up the phone and call and you know what I'm saying, that
Right.
that you're building, that you go out and build a connection with.
Correct.
And talk to them, and they like you're real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Oprah's not.
Right.
You're real.
Right.
You're real. And
Right.
I mean she's a real person, but she's not
like almost tangible in
Yeah,
a
yeah,
sense
she's
that,
not. Yeah.
right. So
Yeah.
you, like you said, you give them the superstar, give them you,
Right.
then give them on their level,
Right.
so that way they can see, because some people are inspired by different
But
startups,
I mean, and
different
they can
Right.
be inspired by it all, because they can
Correct.
look and say, oh well, just because I was in foster care, I can, doesn't mean I
Right.
can't be as rich as Oprah.
Right.
However, again,
they need that tangible,
right.
and then you can show them the fantasy.
Somebody to
Right.
sit down and have a real conversation with.
Correct.
Someone that they can talk to, that they can relate to.
Correct.
You know,
And
that's
it's
very important.
articulated in art. Because I've been saying, where's the? I know rappers, a couple rappers that are foster. Where's the songs at? Where's the sync? Like, give me, people need this for this particular market.
Right.
And I'm like, yo, I gotta do it. Then I gotta write. Maybe I need to do a genre on this because that need is necessary. You know what I mean? And
Yes, because
instead of
the
asking for
foster
someone
care
else-
system is real. It's so many kids in foster care. It's ridiculous. Like, the
and
foster care
former-
system is real.
right. And the
Right.
former foster kids who are people who are walking amongst us,
Right, struggling,
who never
trying to make it.
right, making it, not making it, and won't talk about it,
Right.
because there's darkness in their
Right,
life. You know what I
definitely.
mean? So they're lawyers and doctors. It's like,
Right.
I ain't gonna tell nobody
Right.
about foster
No,
kids,
doing like what you said,
Right.
like just trying to leave that darkness and that pain in the past, and you know, but it still comes out some kind of way, but
Absolutely.
because it's not being addressed, right? So let's talk about, because we don't have that. We don't have that much time. So let's talk about really quick about what you're doing now.
Okay.
You know, we're gonna fast forward to the present and talk about all the, you know, some of the awesome things that you're doing, your books, you know, where you could be seen doing your poetry.
Yeah, so of course, poetry turned into books. So turned the gift into the book. I brought Tandy a little book to have. This is from the Tongue of a Foster Child 2.
Yes.
I wanted you to have this.
Thank you.
This is my latest book from the Tongue of a Foster Child 3.
Okay.
Okay, that was just released last September.
Okay.
All right, so
And they're all poems.
yep, poems and stories. So
Okay.
both these books have stories and poems connected to it.
Okay.
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 And then
Definitely gonna
I
read.
bought Tandy a shirt.
So you
and
have a t-shirt
Besito.
line.
Have a t-shirt line,
Okay. Oh, that's so cute.
and it's called Ambicito. Now, Ambicito is ambicito, ambition. Ito in Spanish is small. So I wanted to create a clothing line for brown skinned children.
Okay.
And so that's why they had the little brown skin, but it is anime and they have brown skin. And I wanted to bring you a free shirt.
Okay.
Because I was thinking about it. So I was like, let me bring her something.
Thank
so she
you.
got- yeah.
Yes, I like this. Yes, I like this. I like the little.
And you
this
love
little
and you
girl.
wear red.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
So from the poetry came books, clothing line, and now we're doing panels. I was part of a foster care panel last year, and we're going to do one soon. Hopefully, I really want to wait until everything clears up and do it in person.
I want make sure you give me the information on
Absolutely.
the panel. And so you're also teaching.
Yeah.
Talk really
Poetry
quick about
drills.
that. Yeah.
Poetry drills is me doing one-on-one coaching with poets, authors, and speakers who just need to work on memory, body
That would be me.
language.
That would be me.
Memory, body language, and performing the words. And so I help people really take what they want to say to the next level. So yeah.
Okay.
So now I'm teaching poetry. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so you don't have to be a poet to be a part of.
The poetry drills, no, because it still works with speaking.
So is it a group or you work one-on-one?
One-on-one.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And so where do you do your poetry?
Online, so they can find me on Facebook at Ambition the Poet. Then
Right, because
YouTube.
we can't go out right now.
Can't go out right
So,
now.
but where do you, like, when it's normal outside, like, what venues do you go to?
So no, they book me. So it depends on whoever is booking me.
Okay.
But I am part of something called Voices in Power.
Okay.
Now we were having it at Rec Philly down in the gallery.
Okay.
So that's where I was at, helping hosting and perform there.
Okay.
So Voices in Power is my main open mic place. in
Okay,
Philly.
I gotta make
you
sure.
gotta come through.
Check that out too when everything's back to normal. So tell everybody where they can find you and how they can get in
find
touch
me,
with you.
Ambition the Poet on Ambition the Poet Harper on Facebook, Ambition the Poet on Instagram, Ambition the Poet on Twitter. If you just put Ambition the Poet
It's gonna come
on Google, you gonna find me. So like you can email me ambitionthepoet@gmail. I'm there. I'm here to help. And I'm not Hollywood. If you reach out to me, I'm gonna get back to you.
You
me
not
or
Hol-
my manager.
I was about to
Alana.
say you not Hollywood, but he
we
has
got
a
a
manager.
manager.
I had to talk to the manager.
Ayana will get back to you.
I had to talk to the manager. Okay. I'm thinking I need a damn manager.
Yeah, you gotta have a man. The manager is a helper.
can't.
Get one. I'm telling you.
Like the manager. I was like, okay, let me talk to the
I'm all over
manager
the place.
then.
Yeah, I'm all over the place. I ain't gonna hold you.
But that's awesome, though. So thank you so much for coming and sharing your story with everybody. It is 7:56. Time to go. Time to end Truth Talk. But I really appreciate you coming and sharing your story with me. Like, we had a long conversation the other day, and I just knew that you would be awesome for Truth
Thank you.
Talk. And, showing everybody again that overcoming is possible. You can, no matter what your story is, no matter what happens to you in life, it does not have to be final.
No,
You can
no excuses.
You can your trauma or your story, whatever happened to you, you could take it and turn it and make it your power.
Absolutely.
That's what it's meant for. It's meant for that.
Absolutely.
It's meant for it to be your power.
Even though if it doesn't feel like it at that
At
time.
the time, it
just
doesn't.
wait.
It
Just
doesn't
wait
feel,
on
it doesn't feel like it at that time. Those
Just
are
wait.
facts. It doesn't.
Yeah, just wait on it. It's coming.
It will. Yep. So everybody, this is Philly Hot Radio with 2 T's, and I'm Life Coach Tandy, your favorite level up coach. And everybody know you can find me on Instagram at Life Coach Tandy and mylifecoachtandy.com. And this is Truth Talk Radio, and we out.
Yo, I'ma need everybody to listen up. If you don't learn nothing from this song, just keep this one thing in mind. Never give up on yourself. I can't stop now, I gotta keep moving. They got me floating on water, I gotta keep cruising. I'm not gonna change course or drown underwater. I'ma stay above my limits so I can cross the border. Most people think I'm the shit and say my time is now. Other ones think that I'm trash and trying to keep me down. No matter how much pain I had to keep aside, I'm still gonna survive, cause it's my time to shine. My plans for the future is living my dreams, maintaining my goals and staying down with the team. Still gonna hold it down no matter what happens. If I spot an opportunity, I'ma start snapping. All I need is some real faith and a lot of dedication. What brings determination is a lot of concentration. My rhymes will cut you up like a switchblade. I just saw the door to my dreams. I just gotta get my key made. Ever since I was a youngin', growing up a little stunner, I had dreams of being something that nobody thought I wasn't. People thought I was joking, others thought I was bluffing. I turned nothing to something right out of nothing. It's a struggle trying to be yourself while people put you down. Try and break your confidence, your self-esteem is to the ground. Before you had a couple friends, they got said they were your homies now. After all of that, they all turning into phonies. Now your question was, were they really jealous of me? What you think? Of course the niggas hated on me. What I discovered that hating wasn't the problem that I had, but with me willing to keep trying, I hope you understand that the cost of trying to be the best, you gotta pay the price. No matter what, never give up. That's the secret chord in life. My job is to tell all of y'all what time it is. Turn all your negatives into a positive. And remember this.
Truth Talk Radio is sponsored by Virtual Sisters LLC. Virtual Sisters provides virtual administrative management and takes care of those pesky admin needs that you may not want to be bothered with while running your small business. They will customize admin packages to suit your needs. For royal services for your admin needs, go to IG at virtual_sisters LLC or call them at 727-301-2183. Truth Talk Radio is sponsored by Get Booked for the Look Hair Salon and Diamonds Cosmetics. If you're looking for flawless hair and flawless makeup, go get booked for the look. You can find Diamonds Luxury Hair Extensions and Diamonds Cosmetics at getbookedforthelook.com. You can also follow Get Booked for the Look on Instagram at Siren85. Truth Talk Radio is sponsored by Made with Love Juicery. Made with Love Juicery has all natural raw vegan cold pressed juices, smoothies, and wellness shots, which you need right now. So go to Instagram at LoveJuice8 and get your wellness shots today. Truth Talk Radio is sponsored by Champagne's 21, the best bar and restaurant located in the heart of Germantown at 21 East Shelton Avenue. If you're looking to order some of the best food in Germantown, call 215-849-7366 for orders. That's Champagne's 21 Bar and Restaurant, the best bar and restaurant in Germantown.
That was Truth Talk Radio with Life Coach Tandy. If you need help leveling up, find me at mylifecoachtandy.com or hit me up on Instagram at lifecoachtandy.